Guys, this is KotPeepers again. Today I'm going to show you the tank build for witch doctors and kind of go over the gear and the skills. So this is the build that you're going to use playing in groups on higher rifts. As you can see, 44, 42, 43. So your job is going to be just like it sounds, you're going to be tanking. You're going to see everything so it doesn't move, it doesn't cast, it doesn't even flinch. So the gear, let's go into it. There's going to be quite a few pieces that you have to have. One of them again being the SMK. Your job's going to be to drop Big Bad Voodoo and keep the DPS going for your wizard and demon hunter buddies. Another big one is the Tiki Passage. So on this, ideally you'd want to roll int, bite, and armor in a socket. But the all-res on that one will work. The electric amulet, Zephyrian amulet. So the only thing that you cannot stop getting cast from the enemies is electrify, because they don't cast it. Things like reflect, mortar, arcane, plague, these are all things that your CC will stop, but electrify is not one of them. You can, however, block it since you're tanking. Those are the main pieces that you'll have to have. The other stuff you can like craft or is pretty easy to find. So Borns, definitely a must-have for that 3 set to reduce your cooldowns by 10%. Good point. You're going to want to roll reduce cooldown for all your skills on this and on your gloves. And you'll notice on all the pieces I'll show you, they should roll with strength, fight, and armor. Those are the stats you're shooting for. So get on your Crusader or Barb to craft this stuff. Hopefully you have a Barb buddy or Satyr buddy to get you some of the others. So St. Archu's Gauge, again, is going to be another one where you get your cooldown reduction. Invite armor on this.
User disconnected from your channel.
On mine I got all res again. So Blackthorns, definitely want the Desecrate, Molten, and Plagued. It's important that you can just stand in whatever you want, because you will be. It's going to help out a lot. On all these pieces, you'll notice I got int, but you do want strength, fight, and armor on all of them. Ancient, if you can see the pants are. Boots, you'll want strength, fight, armor, and movement speed. It's going to help you with your Paragon points later. Strong arm bracers, because you're going to be using Pronado, so again it buffs it for everybody else. Helps out your DPS buddies. And then block is going to be huge. So Storm Shield has the highest block chance in the game. Also is going to get you your reduced damage from control impairing effects. And then your Justice Lantern is the other one I recommend to get you your control impairing effects and increase your block. For your gems, you're going to want to use one that, of course, Ring of Royal Grandeur to put all your pieces together, Borns, Blackthorns included. But Moratorium is going to be your big one. It's going to be what helps you take less damage. And the Toxin Gem. So funny about that, and we'll get into it with the skills, is that you actually get to proc your life on hit using this and Horrify. And you'll see on here about 41 mil toughness, about 1.1 mil life, 50% block, huge armor. For Paragon points, all of it gets dumped into Vite. Just enough movement speed to get you to 25% your max. In here, attack speed and cooldown reduction first, but then attack speed and whichever you want. Doesn't matter. You're not really doing damage. Life, armor, all res is your last one you do. Don't need much all res, probably like 800 at most. Resource cost reduction and life on hit are going to be your big ones here. Area damage or gold, whatever you want. And into the skills. So, I'm going to use Piranhas with Pronado, Mass Confusion with Paranoia, so you can give your DPS buddies another buff. Your Big Bad Voodoo, and of course Fetish Army to proc your Star Metal Kukri and get your Big Bad Voodoo back up. Should be all over the screen. Jaunt for your Spirit Walk. It just gives you that extra second to catch up, get some more stuff, get guys together. And of course Horrify. So this is going to be what's important for your Tiki Mask. Now, additionally, with the Toxin Gem, it actually makes this proc, and in turn, each one of the ticks procs your life on hit, which also helps you stay alive. So have to have Horrify, have to get life on hit, and have to use the Toxin Gem. For passives, on Horrify also, Faces of Death, biggest radius, get the biggest groups. Passives, Spirit Vessel, of course, Grave Injustice, Jungle Fortitude, and Zombie Handler. And those are all your kind of defensive skills right there. Spirit Vessel, and then Grave Injustice, of course, helps with your cooldowns, because you don't have to kill them, they just have to die around you. I think that's pretty much it for the build itself, so let's go take a look and kind of see how it works. Pretty easy concept, and you know, very important though. On any of these guys, you get a big pile. They just horrify them. You can watch their Horrify come off cooldown. You can see that they're still horrified, and again, and they continuously become horrified. You can bring more in. You can horrify them. Run over here to your buddies, drop your Big Bad Voodoo, come back over there, still feared, horrify again, and it continues. Your Horrify ends up coming down, you know, with you get about 40% cooldown reduction, and that also helps with your Pronado. You can see how fast this just comes off the cooldown. You know, it takes about half of your Big Bad Voodoo, or half of your Face of Death, for your Horrify off for the second. So I mean, you're getting like 7, maybe 6 seconds. So I mean, your Tiki Mask makes them stay feared for 8 seconds. Your other buddies in your group shouldn't be getting touched. They shouldn't die. Anything that the enemies could normally cast, so Mortar, Plague, Desecrate, you know, the front Arcane Orbs, none of that gets cast. So actually, let's go find ourselves an Elite real quick, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. If we can find one that's really good, then we can kind of show you what they will not cast and what they will do. You will notice though that those guys that I did have feared take no damage basically. They are, I mean, you do nothing for damage on this. Alright, here we go. What do we got? So we got Frozen Pulse, which you'll definitely be able to cast. Waller, Teleport, Jailer. So you can just kind of watch here and see how they never end up casting it. And we can actually stand right here and just get the whole group so we quit getting hit. You can see the St. Archie's Cage kind of pop up. I mean, no walls, no frozen. You can actually see the ticks too from the Horrify. If you kind of look, I mean, I'm not doing anything for numbers myself. There's nothing attacks. There's no fetishes out, you can see. So, I mean, these guys are basically just getting hit by Horrify and the Toxin Gem. So, and yes, there was a Frozen Pulse there. It's because I had to get them all together. But you won't see it again. You know, you may make an oops every once in a while. You can get a couple of them and charm them. Those guys still won't move. I mean, this is what it's going to be like for, you know, your guys in your group. They just got, all they have to do is output DPS. They can be the softest, squishiest, you know, crumbliest glass cannon in Diablo. They don't get hit. So if you don't get hit, you don't take damage. Doesn't matter what your life or anything else is at. The guys in your group should be able to pretty much stay alive through anything. You kind of see the horrify sticks around. As I was telling to town, you know, some of those guys will become feared and horrified. So yeah, I guess that's it for the tank build. If you guys have any questions, just, you know, put them in the comments. And I'll link you to my other video too if you guys prefer to do a pet build, vice versa. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.